What is good? What is up, everybody? It is
Yeah, it
Friday.
is, baby.
And it ain't any kind of Friday. No, it's a five-star Friday.
Yeah, it is. 5-Star Friday, the best
Have
kind of
me in
Friday.
here. I am now 1/4. That's right. Fourth of your host.
Just a quarter of the host it used to be.
Quarter of the host I used to be. It's true. There was a day when it was just me and I was the whole dollar, but now I'm just a quarter, and that's okay. It's your boy Tony Clapper, aka Mr. Five Star, aka the Clapback Kid, aka the Chat 'em Up Champion, and I'm in the building. And beside me, and I pointed the right way. I'm so proud of myself. Who I got here? Who's with me? Ryan.
What? Hello?
Meek little
Where am
Ryan?
I?
What?
Where am I?
Who?
There's 4 of us now. There's 4.
I can't find myself on the screen.
I can't believe it. I'm here. It's been so long. It's been so long, guys. It's been so long. Hello, this is Ryan. A quarter of 5-Star Fridays now. Another quarter. We make up 50 cent, me and Tony, right now. Let's put the other 50 cent down here. Go ahead,
Pass it
Fishy
down
Fish.
to
Down here is your Uncle Fish, the mountainous Mr. Fish.
everybody crazy.
About a quarter and a half of the hosts here because, I got a little bit of extra mileage on me. But, man, I'm glad to be here. I'm glad it's Friday, and I'm super excited about our new co-host I've been waiting for.
Me? Oh,
Yes.
hello.
Who are you?
Hello.
Tell them who you are.
Fee Soleil, or just go by Fee, for sure. I'm so happy to be a quarter to this wonderful whole 100 piece right here. I love it. So happy to be part of it. Can't wait to contribute and just do what we do. Excited.
What we do. We're excited. We were sitting around and we thought, you know what? We were at this beautiful event, FS Con. It was so beautiful. We all got to hang out. We're getting to hang out. We're getting to talk to people, and I'm sitting at the Mongolian Bar and Grill next to my girl Fee here, and she showed me the way of the Mongolian Bar and Grill, how to go through and create my masterpiece. And I said, you know what, Fee, you would be awesome as a co-host on 5-Star Fridays.
That's
and I took a huge bite of noodles, and they're hanging from my face, and I said,
Stop
would
it.
you like the groin?
Stop it.
She says,
Stop it.
sure, I'd love to be a part. So here she is. She's in here now. And we finally got somebody to keep us boys in line. So here we go. Let me ask y'all this question before we dive deep into the Merc with the Mouth Deadpool. How was your weekend? How's your week been? Ryan, how's your week been? What did you do last weekend when you wasn't on 5-Star Friday, sir?
What did I do last weekend? I sold some books. Me and Tony sold some books.
Slinging books, baby.
Books.
We did. Cincinnati Expo was a dope con. Up there at the top of my list. We was in there slanging them books. Sold out of Green Zone. Sold out of 5-Star. Hot Shot. Sold out. Vigilance. Sold out. Vigilance 2. Sold out. Hot Shot 2. Sold out. I mean, we sold out of a lot of issue ones. Every issue one we had, damn near we sold out of. So that was exciting. It was good times. Definitely going back. And Ryan said he's setting up next time, getting his own table.
I'm a little jealous, I gotta admit. I wish I had been there. But, somebody had to be here to hold it down for like 2.5 hours on 5-Star Friday.
Went on record of 5-Star Fridays and hosted the longest episode in 5-Star history's time with a 2-hour.
If our fans hadn't have been there and asking questions and asked some really good questions about Green Zone. Like I sat there and talked about Green Zone for about an hour and a half. And they just kept asking interesting stuff. And so we kept chatting. I didn't quit until my wife got home.
Hey.
And then I was like, all right, love you guys. I'm out.
You held it down. Fee, how was your weekend?
It was good. It was busy. I was there with y'all in spirit in Cincinnati. I wish I was there, but just Had to take care of my roomies. Had to make sure they was safe and all. So it was cool. I was so happy to see y'all selling it out, doing your thing. But other than that, I was just, writing and just, getting ready for this moment, making sure I was ready.
And here we are. Here we are on a glorious FiveStar Fridays with all of us here. And we got not only a character it's a fun character, it's an action-packed character, it's a character who just got a lot of news as of late. The Merc with the Mouth, Wade Wilson, Deadpool. Ryan, what did they just drop to us lately about this guy? There was something in the news. People have been talking about it, posting about it.
We got three announcements.
Three announcements. Let's hear them.
Three. We got Ryan Reynolds is a brilliant marketer. I'm gonna say he's
sure.
Got to give it to him.
Big fan.
He even dropped his aviation gin up in that bitch. Like, I mean,
I noticed.
It was incredible. We found out that Ryan Reynolds is they decided to make a Deadpool 3 movie. Not only did they announce the date of when the movie's coming out, it's also in the MCU. And I guess
I can't wait to see how they do that. That's
a boy with a few claws is coming back, who is now in his 50s.
Not just the character, but all of our favorite actor for the character. The Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Jackman is coming back as Wolverine.
The huge Jackman is coming back.
Look,
I feel for this dude. At his age, staying in that kind of shape, that's a beast. Man, you'd have to pay me a lot of money to do that.
Like that Robert Downey money.
I'm telling you.
Okay.
Yeah. Look, I was hyped to see, and the way that he did it was like, yo, Hugh, you want to play Wolverine one more time as he's walking up the step? Sure, Ryan. I mean, like, just how simple and just how, like,
the whole gag behind the bit was so funny.
It was so
and the whole, we got no ideas. Hey, you want to be Wolverine again? All right, sure. Like, that was so freaking hilarious. I wish I was that clever with marketing. Man, Green Zone would be selling out twice as many books if I was that clever.
But doesn't it just capture the whole essence of Deadpool anyway? Like, the way
absolutely.
that he did it, you know what I mean?
That's
like,
the thing. Like, I didn't really
essence.
trust it when they said that Ryan Reynolds was going to do Deadpool. I was like, he's funny, but, like, is he funny or are the writers on his movies funny? And, like, I was like, I don't know that I trust this Yahoo, but, like, he has the funny sensibility of Deadpool. So, like, he's nailing that. Yeah, Thank you, Kyron.
Ryan Reynolds was like, trust me, bro.
Right.
It was like, trust me, bro. Trust me, bro was a person. I think that's Ryan Reynolds.
Mm-hmm. And I feel like he at this point, he's just doing this. He's literally doing this for us, right?
Mm-hmm.
As comic book fans, he is doing this for us.
I mean, it knows too.
He knows that's what he wanted. He knows this is what we've all wanted, and he's like, "I'm gonna do it. I got
a question for the group. I want to take a vote here, starting with Tony, and we'll go around. Do you think we're going to see Wolverine in his suit?
Yes.
No.
I feel like it'll be a goofy rendition of it. Like, it'll play at it. It might be the classic one.
Like, straight up, like, spandex,
it might be the orange and blue.
Bought it at Target.
I mean, the orange, yellow, and blue. Sorry.
Like,
I'm gonna say yes because
they might play at it.
If anything, they'll do it like WandaVision. Put him in like some spandex, like stupid costume, but
have him like cosplaying
like a decked out
Grand Central Station or something for
Marvel costume. It's not going to be anything like that.
I mean, like we saw that hint of the costume in one of the movies, but
the way that they nailed the Deadpool costume. Okay.
Oh, they absolutely nailed it, and it's accurate and it's awesome.
I think the way that they nailed the Deadpool costume, they're gonna give us, even if it's for a short time, a dope Wolverine costume.
Somebody else gonna have to
They're
do
gonna do it.
the comments because I can't get to them.
All
Oh,
right.
okay.
Yeah, that's another question.
That's a good
Is like,
question.
how long is he gonna be in there?
That nigga's gonna be in that goddamn movie for a long ass
See,
Come
like
on
because of their friendship, it makes me think that
What
he
up,
might
J-Man?
actually be in there for a significant bit. But like, I could also see it be like a hopping through universes and just comes across him for a minute. It's like, what's up? And then goes on. Like I
That would
could
be
see it
funny,
like
though.
in
That would be funny.
That would.
Class,
That would
you
be
I
know,
can see that.
where he tells them to screw off at the bar. Like I could see it being some funny,
No.
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
Don't play with us. Like
Really?
that.
I mean,
I see
they've
him
done
doing it,
scenes
but
like that.
I think because of their friendship, I think that they're going to want to do something really
Yeah, like
epic.
Ryan and Hugh are like friends in
That's fair.
life. They have a really good relationship. I think their banter, their chemistry.
They're like Jimmy Fallon and Justin Timberlake.
Yeah, it's going to be.
Oh my
ridiculous.
gosh, yeah.
It's going
It's
to be
true.
ridiculous.
You're right.
Talk about your squad goals right there.
Nah, I'm gonna go.
Tony
with the
doesn't have a
Dwayne.
coffee cup with my face on it. I'm
I'm
just
gonna
saying.
go with the Dwayne, the Rock Johnson, and the Kevin Hart relationship. All right,
Yeah.
that's a good one too. That's
That's absolutely a
good
good one. That's a
That's
little
a
more
good one.
That's a good
adversarial,
one.
but that's a good
All right.
Ooh.
So we've talked about the news, the Deadpool news that's been captivating Facebook and social media everywhere. Everybody's like, "Oh my God, it's happening!" Yes. My question, though, on that note, and then we're gonna jump into the comic book version. We had an Endgame moment, right? Endgame was the top tier MCU moment. I think right below that, for me personally, was the Spider-Man bringing back the old Peter Parkers, right? Do you think that this moment on screen is going to match those two moments, or in between, or close to at least a Spider-Man moment?
100%.
See,
100%. It's already a $1 billion movie. 100%.
My
Alright.
problem is I think Logan is up there in that same stratosphere with,
Oh yeah.
you know, it was such a perfect ending, but I get it. Like, this doesn't change that. And this is probably going to be an alternate universe variant and stuff. And this happens before that movie. So that could still happen even if it was that Wolverine.
Yeah,
But
Logan died in what, 2029?
yeah.
Mhm.
So like I'm excited for it. I don't care about that part as much. I just, you know, it's not going to ruin it, but it's got big shoes to fill after Logan, you know.
Truth.
Facts.
Yeah.
It's.
What
I
do you
think
think,
so. They just went with the news, and it was already like the #1 trending thing. Like it's
True.
just like everything blew up.
Oh,
So I
we
think
all
it's
love
already.
Hugh Jackman. Like,
Come on.
all love him like a teenage girl loves him. Like, we're all
But when
fans.
Tobey Maguire, we've seen Tobey Maguire for the first time in the new Spider-Man movie, right? I mean, the theaters was like,
Dude, I nearly cried.
ecstatic, is what I'm saying.
Did you Tobey Maguire cry? Did you do the ugly cry, or did you?
The ugly cry. That boy is known for the ugly cry.
I always ugly cry. I mean, sometimes
got the
like tears fall out, I don't
ugliest
even realize
cry.
it, but I always ugly cry. Oh,
Is it gonna match that? Is all I'm saying.
Well,
I
it's
think
not
so.
going to be a surprise like that. Like, they've already announced he's in
everybody
it.
knew though.
They lied their asses off leading into Spider-Man. I will always be mad.
No one bought that shit. No one
I will
bought
always
any
be
of
mad
those
at the
lies.
middle Spider-Man because I totally bought it. He went on all these shows and was like, no, look, I'm telling you, I wish I was in it. I'm not in it. I believed his ass, and I will always hold that against him because he lied to me.
Totally
He lied to me.
I don't
He
take
lied
that
to
shit
me.
lightly.
All right. So now we get into the comic book version of Deadpool. The knockoff Deathstroke, some would say.
A lot of people say.
He is a
And
knockoff.
I mean, he absolutely is. But to me, he's always been Ninja Spider-Man because, you know, he looks so much like Spider-Man. His costume is such a rip-off of Spider-Man. And, you know, he's got the ninja gear. And he was all, you know, he was basically just a throwaway loudmouth, you know, jokester in the beginning.
Yeah.
He was Ninja Spider-Man. He still is. He's just a hell of a lot weirder now.
Right. Why is this showing? Hold on. I'm new to this program restream. I'm trying to figure out this ish. Let's do this. Let's keep us at the bottom here. This looks good. Javon, you're right. Deathstroke came out years before Deadpool. That's why I said.
But
A
Liefeld's
lot of people
admitted that
say.
he totally ripped him off. I mean, he took the name,
Liefeld has
everything.
no issue saying that he straight took that shit from Deathstroke. He took it completely, even down to the science of the costume.
And Wade Wilson, Slade Wilson. I mean, it.
Yeah,
for sure. Slade, Wade.
Yeah.
So, Fee, let me ask you this: knowing that he's a knockoff, is he now more popular? Do you think than Deathstroke is?
To the world, yes. To comic fans, I don't know.
I said Fee, gentlemen. I said Fee.
I didn't hear Fee. So find my phone. I apologize. Fee.
I'm sorry. My bad.
Hey, let's get this one thing straight right now. Let me take this off here. We will not be rude to the ladies, okay? We are going to be gentlemen. We've been nomad Neanderthals since this moment, but now we got to tighten it up, guys. We got to be gentlemen, okay? Because we now have the lady in here.
I do declare I am ever so sorry. 1,000 apologies.
Good. Now,
yeah, I would definitely say that to the world.
Like I was saying.
I'll chill over here. It's okay. I'll just,
no.
I'll just, I could definitely say Deadpool is definitely shot through the stratosphere, especially with how they've trusted with the comics, and then especially with Ryan Reynolds just kind of taking off and running with it. Of course, with Slade and kind of like following up with that, it's a little hard, but I can't say for sure when it comes to comics exactly how, again, knowing that he is kind of like a photocopy, how the full world of comics feels about it. So that's the only thing. That's going to be pretty interesting.
You bring up a point, an important part. We all know that there is that worldly audience, and then there's those comic book guys and gals, right? Who are probably like, nah, hands down, Deathstroke's way more important, cooler than Deadpool.
But they're such different characters now. Like,
for sure.
Appearances, you could have put them neck and neck, but now he is such an insanely different creation now.
Yeah,
you're right.
Deadpool is than Deathstroke. They don't fill the same kind of roles. He's not the same kind of terrorizing menace. He's a deadly goofball, and it's totally different.
Let me ask y'all this: what was your first time being introduced to the character Deadpool that you can actually like remember, and you were like, he resonated with you, and you were like, okay, like I get the character. We'll start with Ryan. Ryan, what was your first time being introduced to on a real level? I'm not saying like you've seen him and you're like, oh, okay, there's that character. I'm saying like introduced to him on a real level. What was your first time?
When he was in X-Men in that ugly ass yellow and blue outfit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. When
that's the worst Deadpool suit.
I got introduced to him when he was an actual X-Men member. Yeah. So
okay.
That was my introduction. And like, Deadpool has always been a joke. He's literally the joke, equivalent to the joke of the Marvel Universe, the one who breaks the fourth wall, the one who has no restrictions to any insight or recollection. He just does his own thing. Deadpool is literally just a joke all around. He is your joke of the entertainment industry of Marvel and DC, because he's a photocopy of already a known character, down to the T. And then he became over time the joke hero of the Marvel Universe.
Yeah. Fish?
My first introduction was, like Javon said, New Mutants, because I was reading that religiously. So when he came on, I was like, hey, that's Ninja Spider-Man. And I still kind of have that feeling about it. I mean, the character grew on me very quickly. Like, I just liked him because he looked like a badass, and I had never thought of ripping off a costume so much and changing it. Like, I didn't think they would let you do something like that at Marvel, but like, it wasn't owned by Disney at the time, and I was fascinated by the fact that he was such a knockoff of Spider-Man's costume, and he was just a bodyguard henchman in the beginning. Like, he was nothing, but he was eye-catching, and I paid attention to him. And then once we get over into X Factor or X Force, he became more interesting and more funny, and did more stuff with him. But like, honestly, I missed out on all the really awesome stuff that the later writers have done with him. Because like, my experience with him is Liefeld writing him. And he is not the same character that you guys got to fall in love with. I've been able to like see him in other media and animation and, the movies and stuff. And like, I know what he's become, but I can't afford to buy everything that Marvel puts out anymore. So like, once I had kids and stuff and an addict of an ex-wife, I was done buying mainstream comics for a long time. So,
Okay.
Goes back further. Fee?
Well, I can say mine was, oh man, it was part of that weird experiment they did with Deadpool when his mouth was covered. I was pretty young when I saw that, but my dad honestly told me about Deadpool. So when I saw that, I was like, doesn't that like defeat the purpose of what he is, And so when my dad would tell me about that, I was like, it's kind of funny. I'd always think of my dad kind of like the PG-13 version of Deadpool when it comes to the character and like humor for that, until I was older to kind of see more of the the funnier things. I'm glad the movies came out later, but yeah, when I first saw Deadpool, I was kind of like, that doesn't go right.
Yeah. That was a horrible,
terrible way to start.
Deadpool.
That's an interesting thing that you mentioned, though, that your dad introduced you to it, because like, my high school mentor, who was like a year or two older than me, and taught me a whole lot about art. His dad was the same way. He would bring home comics, and like, and he's a professional man. I can't remember, like, mom and dad were like a lawyer and a doctor, and I can't remember which is which. But anyway, he's a professional man. Like, didn't like his kids using contractions. Like, he was like real strict, but he brought home comic books to his son all the time. And I remember him pointing out Deadpool in, like, I can't remember if it was the first issue of X-Force or something, but it was a very early on, and he pointed out Deadpool to his son, and he's like, you need to watch this character because this one's going to blow up. And I was like, really? Background dude? I'll be danged. He was right. He freaking blew up.
Wow.
Hey, some people just know. I know for me, when I really started like messing with the character, was Marvel Alliance 1, the video game. He was one of the unlockable characters. And I can remember I tried the character out, and I was like, yo, this dude is a monster, for one. I liked it that I could teleport around with him and like skip half the level just because I was teleporting with him and stuff like that. So then I'm like, yo, who is this guy? And then I go back and I, learn more about the character. But I gotta say, that was like my first time really being like intrigued with the character and being like, okay, yeah.
How old were you at that time? I'm just curious.
In.
No. Let's see. That game came out in, I think, 2006. So I was like 16. So probably even, a little later than,
I was not 16.
I was not.
Well, yeah, I get you. I just like, that's why I was curious. Like, did this happen to you as an adult, or, were you like in high school or?
Yeah, I was 16. Before I never, like, I've seen the character before, but like you said, he just wasn't somebody who.
Oh, well, that's the thing. There's so many people that love him, and that goes to the worldly appeal. So many people love him and have hats and stickers and shirts. Ain't never read a comic,
Right.
Never really read anything of him until like they saw the movies and stuff. So like, he's been a weird phenomenon that just took off.
Okay, so that's gonna go into my next question right here, and it's kind of a twofer, but I'll start with the first part. is Deadpool getting into that realm of there's a few characters that hit this. Wolverine hit it to where it was like completely started to be overused for everything. Venom is one of those characters also where people are like, he just became that character that they're throwing in everything just because of the popularity that he got when he was introduced. Is Deadpool hitting that realm? Is Deadpool starting to become that gimmicky?
Hitting like today? Because he hit that like in 90 something.
Boy,
I know. I'm saying I know.
Deadpool.
I know that he hit. He's. Yes.
Deadpool is now in the MCU. He's going to be the next motherfucking Stan Lee, bro. Like, he's going to be in everything.
I would sign up for that.
Early
I
on
would
in
take
the comic books, he's on that Venom level. That's where I get the Venom comparison. In the 90s, he's thrown in everything, right? He becomes popular. He's thrown in everything. That's what I'm saying. Now, even more so with this movie, is Venom. I mean, is Deadpool in that realm of, he's more of the gimmicky type thing now.
Absolutely. I mean, they do really cool stuff with him in his own books and things like they've done some neat stories with him. But he's absolutely a gimmick everywhere else. Like, they stick him in because he gets attention, and
he's a joke.
He'll sell books, and they'll stick him in Doctor Strange and freaking Power Pack or wherever to boost sales. And
right.
that's all worthless to me.
Hey, who knows, bro? Maybe.
But that's the thing. It's possible.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, Javon, you ain't lying. You ain't lying. I mean, why not though? Like, why not? If it sells, and this leads me to my next question. Ryan, you were there. The amount of children, young children, dressing up as Deadpool now at cons.
Oh my God, we talked about this, Tony.
It's crazy, right?
It was bizarre because I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, Deadpool is the most vile, degrading, insulting, immature, violent hero of like the last 15 years. Like, the only other things I can think that are as violent is like Spawn.
Yeah.
Things of like that nature, like really dark, grotesque, like violent heroes. And there's not many of them.
That's why the costume is cool.
But
that's
it's
enough.
Costume. It's exactly the costume.
And then the stuff that kids see him in, like when he's on the Spider-Man animated shows and stuff, he's hilarious and he's funny and he's really dumbed down because, he can't say kill or blood or anything like that. And,
But like Deadpool can be marketed in so many different directions. It doesn't have to necessarily be one stroke of genius by Ryan Reynolds,
Mm-hmm.
It's
he's like the ultimate chameleon of marketing.
Different ways.
Absolutely.
And that's what makes him on that pinnacle of like Wolverine status, Storm status, Spider-Man status, Superman status. That's what makes him like cross-promoting market because his brand can be marketed anywhere.
I feel like Deadpool at this point is now what Harley Quinn is to DC.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What the Joker used to be, what Harley Quinn is.
What Harley Quinn is now in DC is kind of what I feel like Deadpool is for Marvel, right?
I think it's like just now getting to where I see as many like Deadpool stickers on cars as I do Punisher stickers on cars.
Yep.
Exactly.
Which I would rather see Deadpool than the Punisher because Punisher's usually some idiot. But
right.
No offense to you, idiot. But
no offense to the idiots out there, but yeah. But yeah, so Deadpool has now became this big thing. Like I said, he was big in the comics, no doubt. To the comic book community, yes, he was becoming the Venom of the comic books to where they were using him. But
love him or hate him, he was big.
He's in that mainstream market, and he's had that Harley Quinn blow up where it's like you're gonna look on a shaman. You're gonna look at a not you, Brad. I would never, ever, ever.
Oh, I was absolutely thinking of Brad.
You go somewhere and they have they have like things on a shelf, right? And you see the superheroes, the superhero themes. You're gonna see your Spider-Man, you're gonna see your Batman, you're gonna see your Superman, but now you're gonna see a Harley Quinn one, and you might even get a Deadpool one. Is what I'm saying. These characters have now. It's like almost like the attitude era of superhero movies, right? You know, in wrestling, when the Attitude Era came, everybody started to like the bad guys that are a little shady and a little. I feel like that's what's happening now in the superhero movie realm. It's like you got kids who, yeah, I'm sure they did watch the cartoon versions, but come on, bro. Families are letting kids watch raunchier stuff early on.
A lot of families are. I mean, and now you can watch this stuff anywhere, anytime now, and
yeah,
you know. Kids are like,
yeah.
Oh man, like Eli, our youngest son, just outed himself the other day because he laughed at a joke that came on a TV show, and I was like, you wouldn't know what he just said in that joke if you weren't watching some really nasty porn. And like you wouldn't know what the word is that the dude used if you weren't looking at stuff you shouldn't be looking at it for.
Right. So I think that these characters are now becoming like popular because of this. Harley Quinn, Deadpool, that sort of thing. But I mean, it's cool, right? Until it's not. Until it's played out, right? Like I almost feel like. Go ahead, Ryan.
It's astonishing to know that an animated character is now one of the most popular heroes of all time. Like Harley Quinn comes out of the Batman animated series in 1992. Like
side
created by Bruce Timm.
Yeah.
And it's a side character to Joker. Was never
could have been thrown away, never could have shown up again.
Yeah.
Could have been a one shot, and now she's one of the biggest things in the world, you know.
Yeah.
So it's amazing.
And Deadpool was a henchman. He was a bodyguard, you know. He was muscle. And
now he's a mercenary in one of the most crazy ass superheroes of all time.
He could have been forgotten to the ages like Paste Pot Pete, but no, he's
easily becoming one of the most probably. I mean, when you're talking about cosplayers, there's a bunch of Deadpools out there.
So many Deadpools.
So many.
Takes what Ryan Reynolds has in the character. Like, I want to know what his rights are to the character. Because I almost feel like, in a way, that the boy owns the character in a way, almost at this point.
Yeah.
Well, it's like so much of what the world loves about him has a whole lot more to do with Ryan Reynolds and more recent writers than it has anything to do with Liefeld. I mean, he roughed out a costume idea, but that costume has changed and evolved a lot. And, you know.
See, let me ask you this question really quick before we do our first commercial break. That's right. We got commercials now. We in the big times. All right.
Okay. What you got?
Could any other actor do Deadpool like Ryan Reynolds has done Deadpool?
Ooh.
Jim Carrey.
Oh man, I feel like we're at this point. We're at the cross. We're past the point of no return. It's like, how do you not see Ryan Reynolds, doing this? Because he just fit it. It's just with any character. It's like when they came to a certain part, when they took that role, they took it and they like ran with it. They committed wholeheartedly.
Like Hugh Jackman did. Like he killed it with that. Chris Evans.
It's like the actor went in and cartoons just followed like that. The mutant series. Well, come on, it's just like they styled it after them, and it's just kind of like,
Ooh, is he up there as one of the most iconic portrayals? Would you either Fish or Ryan can answer this? When we're talking about people who's portrayed comic book characters, is Ryan Reynolds Deadpool up there?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think it was a good fit in the beginning, but I was absolutely wrong.
Like I'm standing by that. Yeah.
That boy was Deadpool when he made that shit movie called Wolverine Origins.
He was.
He was.
He came back and said, "Hey, that movie, we're gonna make my own movie."
Y'all
And
screwed
I was
that up.
gonna say
Let's do
that
this
part
right.
in the elevator when they're taking the elevator up, and he comes out of the elevator, sword swinging. I'm like, they had something there. I mean, they totally messed it up later in the movie.
Oh, they
but
screwed it
damn,
up.
they had something right there at that moment. And I think
he made a reel. He sent that to 20th Century Fox, and they're like, "Oh, we're gonna give you money to make the movie," because he did a guerrilla marketing campaign for people to sign petitions to make the Deadpool movie, and it got made because people wanted to see it. And now it's $1 billion franchise.
And see, I loved him.
A few more $1 billion when this.
I loved him in Wolverine Origins. They screwed him up as Deadpool in that, but he was a badass. I mean, he played the character so well. Really surprised me how well he did at that. If it wasn't for the directors or the producers or whatever the hell decided to do all the dumb shit with him, it would have been amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Like the swords just don't make sense that way. Like it's not the right way to cut with them. Like you're gonna.
We don't know the first commercial right now. Nine o'clock on Sundays. The council has spoken. Yes.
The council has spoken.
If you want to talk about debating and just getting into it and people having opinions and just letting them out and going all in, that's the show you want to watch. It is one of our brother-sister shows. And it's fun. And you might even catch some of us on there on the council.
I'd love to get on there and argue.
So we love to argue. We
absolutely.
They do.
So, council has spoken. Okay. But anyways, back to Deadpool. He's one of them characters that has multiple team ups, right? He has teamed up with multiple people. If you're going with your favorite Deadpool team up, who are you going with? Why are you going with it? Ryan, run that ish.
I mean, it would probably be Spider-Man and Deadpool because they got that gay undertone. I always enjoy that from time to time. But if I'm gonna go with my boy, it would be Colossus. Honestly, I like the obscurity and the dumbness of the relationship. It's to the point
that was fun to watch in the movie.
It was really sweet. Like it's funny and dumb.
Doesn't make sense at all, but it works in so many different ways. You know, everybody loves Wolverine and Deadpool. You know,
like Wong and Madison doesn't make sense, but
it doesn't make sense, but it works. All the gays love Spider-Man and Deadpool. I mean, he has a lot of team ups. I just think.
Like I said, he is kind of a knockoff of Spider-Man to start with. He's gone in his own direction and become his own thing, but they match up so well. And with him being such a psychopath and Spider-Man being such a good kid, like their bromance is an amazing thing, and I love it. I get such a kick out of it when I do get to see them together because, like, they don't make sense. Like, they're too similar. And usually, you know, we repel each other when we're too similar. I've known some other fishes. Oh, my God, I cannot stand them. And way too much in one room at one time. But, like, with their differences, they play really well off each other, and I love it.
Yeah, I love Colossus and Deadpool. That would be my team up for sure.
Okay. So we got Spider-Man. We got Colossus. Fee?
Oh man, I have to agree. I like Colossus too. I kind of like the teammate, the two duos, the two teammates there in the movie because it's so funny how he just kind of rags on it. It's just like Like you guys, like they couldn't afford any more X-Men. Like what's going on? I just love that duo because they're so opposite. It's so great. And just that teenage girl, she's just like, yeah, you're cool. It's like, wait, that wasn't mean. It's just,
Oh
I just
man,
love
and she's got such an obnoxious name, and he doesn't let it go. And I love that because that's exactly the kind of thing I do. Like, I'm like, oh, really? Like, as somebody who's cut a lot of crap about his name, I'm a little sensitive, but I will think endlessly over something stupid.
I gotta go with Cable, man. I gotta go with Cable because I like, you got somebody who's like super serious, like knows the stakes, knows like anytime Cable. Let's just say this: anytime that Cable's in a book, you know that shit's about to go down for real. Like there's some real stakes involved, or he wouldn't even be in the book. You know what I mean?
Oh man, Cable's the same way as Deadpool. Like when I was collecting comics hardcore, they were sticking him in everything that didn't make any sense at all, and just to sell books because Cable was hot and Deadpool was still, an egg hatching into who he was going to be. But
I like the jokes between the two. Like I like that you have the like he's
the hard ass,
like, bro, if you don't
ass.
shut up, like I know I can't kill you, but like I'm gonna kill you. Like you know what I'm saying?
They ain't gonna stop me from trying.
It ain't gonna stop me from trying because you're getting on my nerves. And I think I think they captured that super well in the second movie too. I think they did a good job on that.
I mean, it was the
and then I gotta go.
The Brolin Renaissance because he played Thanos and Cable in the same year.
Right.
The Brolin Renaissance.
Yeah.
Yes, they were, Javon. Yes, they were.
That's true.
Oh.
I like Deadpool and X-Force. I like Deadpool and X-Force. Wolverine leading the team. There was a team where Wolverine was leading. It had Deadpool. It had Psylocke. Angel was in it.
Shatterstar.
Anyways, it was a dope team. I can't remember who was.
Don't get me started on that dumbass double sword. That makes no sense. You're just cutting your cutting ability in half by splitting it on two blades.
And then they made him gay, which made no sense.
Nah,
it made no sense. Shatterstar.
Let me see. I'm gonna look up the team right now.
Now, when you start with a name like that, is it really that far? I mean, he's got the fancy long hair and the silky robes and all this stuff. Like, I think Shatterstar was telling us something from the get-go.
Thank you.
I don't think he was hiding nothing. Nobody was asking, so he wasn't telling.
That costume alone was just egregious.
He's not one of my favorite characters. That's for sure.
I mean, you talk about the most complicated, ridiculous backstories. But I am never going to hear it any other way in my
haunt me in my sleep
when I see the character now. Shatterstar.
Shatterstar. Bro, stop. Stop the craziness.
On next week's episode, Shatterstar.
Right. Wait, man, I feel like that would be like a 2-minute episode, maybe, and that's including all of our.
Let's get into his really complicated ass backstory and heritage, and you can talk about that all day.
So, talking about runs.
Yeah.
What was your favorite? What's one of your favorite comic book Deadpool stories? Anybody can start. We'll start with Fish.
Oh, I was going to start with Fee because, ladies first.
Uh-huh.
We're talking strictly comic book.
Strictly comic books.
I mean, Javon got a good one. That Dark Angel saga was real great.
For me, it would have to be like back in the beginning when he was still a henchman. That's where I fell in love with him, and I kind of dig that, back in the early X-Force days. Like, that's where I fell in love with him, and you know, it. By the time you get into all the later cool stuff, like I'm just buying collected volumes to go back and read later. I wasn't like keeping up with it at the time, so that's
Ricky's Dark Angel saga is pretty up there. That is definitive Deadpool for a lot of people. Like it is definitive Deadpool. That's because it was a change. Because like when Liefeld wrote him, he wasn't really hardly anything. He was just your weight. He was someone you hired to kill someone. There was not a lot of depth to Deadpool until he became under X-Force and when Ricky started writing him and
just a lot of mouthy jokes. Like Spider-Man.
Dark Angel Saga is a real definitive run for Deadpool. I will have to concur with the Stokes. Yeah, until like later, until he became like the Renaissance of all heroes walking from one universe to another. So the Renaissance man, that's what I would call Deadpool right now. He's the Renaissance.
See?
Now, part of my ignorance on this one, I know my dad told me this one where it was like there were so many different versions of Deadpool that kind of just took over. It was just super chaotic and they were like clashing. What was the title of that one? Because that one was a pretty fun book to go. Because again, I was kind of being censored at that time. I was younger, so.
Hey,
we just got some new subscribers.
Ooh.
Hey.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome to the 5-Star fam.
What is up, everybody?
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Midori.
There's a lot of stuff on here that I don't even know what it means, but I'm new to the game, so we're gonna figure it out. I gotta go with Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe.
Okay.
I was gonna throw that one out there, but you know that's still my favorite back in the day.
Just because it's lawless, it's stupid, it's funny, it's like true. It's just Deadpool. You know, it's
just how
so
ridiculous
Deadpool.
he can be.
How ridiculous! It's like, you know what? Let's take this already lawless character, completely unhinge him, and let him just do like whatever. You know what I mean?
Release the reins.
Yeah, no reins, no rules. It don't gotta make sense. He just kills everyone. Now, when they did it again, it's like, okay, chill. But the first time, you gotta put that up there, right? You gotta put that up there. So.
Deadpool and Cable. That's right, Javon. Let the bitches know.
Deadpool and Cable's another one. They did another one that was it was a short series. It was Deadpool versus Black Panther. That was a good one too. That was another good one.
Yeah.
Because I like seeing Deadpool face off against a serious type character. Like you got somebody like Black Panther. We did our show on him. Like he's got a lot on his plate. The last thing he needs is be dealing with somebody like Deadpool, right? Like he's got a lot going on. His last thing he wants to do is mess with this dude. So I like seeing Deadpool with those people where he can. One of the things I gotta say I'm sad about, and I'll ask you guys this question. Let me ask y'all this first. Are you sad it took this long in the MCU to get Deadpool? Is there characters that were in the MCU that have been killed off that you're sad you're not going to get to see interaction with?
I mean, for banter purposes.
Yeah, of course. What else? Ryan, what other purposes would there be?
If you put Reynolds and RDJ in the same room together.
That's what I was about to say.
I think that will be unrelentless. That will be the most.
Oh my God!
Shit you would ever see on screen.
Yeah.
Honestly, because Iron Man, his ego is so ridiculous, and you assess it to Ryan's Reynolds' ego. That shit would be wild on screen.
Yeah.
That would be the only iconic thing I would think, because if anything, the other thing, I think Ryan Reynolds would be hitting on Chris Evans the whole entire time as Captain America. Like, it would be funny as hell. But other than
Oh,
that,
and him cracking jokes and him not getting it would be hilarious.
yeah,
Oh
yeah,
my
and
God.
just having
Yes.
him get it
Yeah.
because he's so old, like his character's
Yeah.
so old, so he wouldn't catch 2 and 2. But
Mhm.
honestly, it would be RDJ and Deadpool in the same room together.
Hey,
I
I
would
got that one.
kill for that.
Yeah.
I would kill for that.
Okay. Is there anybody who's currently in the MCU that you're excited to possibly see him mix with?
It wasn't until Ryan mentioned this that RDJ that it hit me. We can actually see the modern Spider-Man and Deadpool together, and that has got me so freaking excited seeing
Yeah.
those two play off each other with
Mhm.
the age difference and all that stuff, and how
Yeah.
funny they are. And oh my god, I am beyond excited right now about that.
And it can happen now. It can
I
totally
did
It can
not.
happen.
It didn't
Yeah.
even
Yeah.
occur to me that that was going to be an issue. That
Mhm.
could happen.
That
Oh
could
my god,
happen.
I'm so happy.
What about you, Fee?
About who's going to be in the universe still and how they can be in the room,
Either
or people who
one.
are not.
Either one.
I kind of want to see what She-Hulk and Deadpool would be
Mm.
like in the room, because again, one
That's
of
a
my
good
favorite
one.
games, she was doing it in the 90s too. She was like,
Yeah.
I want to see how that
He was
conversation goes
breaking
That's a good
down.
fourth
one.
wall.
That's a great one.
Mhm.
That's a good one. That's a good one. I agree with that. I feel like there's so many fun scenarios. Rocket Raccoon.
Yeah.
That's a funny one.
Yes.
Dead. He died.
Hey,
He
chill.
dead.
We talking
He
about
died.
That's right.
death or
Boom, boom,
who?
boom. He dead.
I'm just saying. I think that would be a good one. My when I asked the question, my thought was Iron Man for sure. That
Yeah.
them two together would be hilarious. After Fish went, yeah, bring it on. Like I'm cool. I want him to meet. I'd like to see his interactions with everybody. I just think it would
Yeah.
be fun to see. Throw him in there. I don't even care if it's like, at the end of Deadpool 2, where it's all them little clips of him doing different things in the timeline.
Mhm.
Like, throw me that, and I'm cool.
Yeah.
Like, just like little snippets of him just having these interactions with even Thor, like even the whole cast of the Thor movie. Like, what's his name, Krog? Like,
Yeah.
That would be
hilarious.
funny too, because he
Wait.
wouldn't get crap
It's
that he
him
said either.
too, because Krog wouldn't understand what the hell Deadpool was saying. Like,
Exactly.
It would be funny.
I feel like those interactions would be hilarious. I feel like this is gonna open up some of those
Groot.
things. Even if they are,
Sorry.
they can literally do a whole Disney Plus series that was just little shorts of him interacting with different characters.
Oh,
And,
like those
people,
shorts they've done with Chris Hemsworth and
Yes.
staying with Derek or whatever his name
oh
is.
my god, my the roommate, what's his name?
Yeah, I loved
So
those.
good.
And
So
oh my
good.
god, so
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun stuff.
Oh, that's gonna
What
be
do you
good.
guys think you're looking forward the most? We're talking about We're talking about Deadpool. You can't deny the fact that he's made an impact. It's crazy. He's one of them characters. You got to think at the beginning they had no idea the level that he would be at now.
Yeah.
What else do you want to see with Deadpool? Like what's something else that you're like, I got to see this with this character. This is what I want to see with this character. What's left?
Well, I think for me, like if it's in comic form, I want Deadpool to face a morality. Like, for instance, if he found out that he had a child or something like that, child was in danger and he had to go rescue his child. I want to see something like that, much like how they not like the first film where he tried to like get back to his woman. I want him to see him like he has a kid that he never knew about, and one of his mercs or one of his villains or one of his enemies is trying to kill the last of his bloodline. So I think that would be something interesting to see, because I like when funny characters deal with morality stakes.
I was gonna say something more serious on a serious tone.
Something that
Have
has
to deal with real emotions and stuff instead of just ignoring them with jokes.
Yeah, so I want something like that. I would be a good run. I would read that run in heartbeat, like immediately. Yeah.
Okay. Fish.
I gotta say, like, it would be something like that. I want to see something I haven't seen before. Because,
Okay.
I mean, a lot of what they've done is they came up with something clever, and then they kind of grind that into the dirt. And they come up with another little clever twist, and then they kind of grind that into the dirt. And then they come up with a cool idea, like he kills the Marvel Universe. And they're like, okay, let's do it again. They bought the first one, they'll buy it again. And, like, I want to see something new. Like, all of these things they did, like breaking the fourth wall and, you know, all these.
I was wondering if he got frozen. She looked like she got frozen.
Moving universes and stuff like that's cool stuff that they didn't have before that they added in. I want to see new ideas that I haven't seen before. I don't care what it is. I just want to see cool new ideas.
Okay. Fee, when you got frozen there for a second, it looked like you were sleeping. And I was like, I'm not about to call her out on the first show that she's on. But then
I got so scared,
away.
I just left the chat. Sorry.
Like,
I'm back.
I was like, okay.
Scared her right to sleep.
So what about you? What about you, Fee? Anything that you want to see?
I mean, I would probably have to agree with Fish with just being something that I haven't seen before, but I always like something funny. I mean, they always surprise us with something new that kind of brings a great little twist of comedy and things that, like, again, we don't see coming that blindsides us. So I mean, they just keep it up with that. Just keep me guessing. I'm happy.
Okay.
I'll be cool with that.
Cool. People that jump in here later and watch this, make sure that you answer any of the questions in the comments. We'd love to hear your thoughts about Deadpool. We'd love to hear anything that y'all want to add to the chat. So make sure you do that. Big news coming for Freestyle Comics. I know that we're going to be having some Kickstarters running up here. Kickstarter's happening soon. FiveStar issue 2. The date will be announced very soon on when we're dropping that Kickstarter. Green Zone 2 and 3. Jumping in. Ryan, what you got some kind of what is it that was announced for you?
I think it has been.
Some kind of
it has been. I'm saying what was it?
What was it?
Well, I have 2.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. You got 2.
Lay on us.
You're special.
I am special. I am.
You're definitely special. Go ahead, buddy.
No, I have a Kickstarter coming out on October 10th on Indigenous People Day called The Adventures of Nakoa Nohea, Journey by Kua. It's the 3rd book to the ongoing children's series done by Moana McAdams and I. So that
art is fire.
Dropping on the 10th of October, the best month ever. And then with FSK, got a delicious
tasty
art book coming.
It's so
delicious,
tasty.
Simply scrumptious.
Art so tasty.
Coming. The Art of Ryan Robinson, Volume 1. Volume 1 coming out.
Nice.
See, I got to get on that Ryan level. I got to start doing art books.
Yeah.
When I grow up.
All right. Sounds good. And then we got one more little announcement for y'all. Starting sometime in the near future, we're bringing guests back to the show.
Oh, yeah!
We are going to be bringing guests back to the show. We have our 4 main hosts. You see them here. This is us. We're the Fantastic Four. We're the Funky Four right here. This is us. But to kind of play on that 5-star, every now and then, well, not every week, you're going to get a different guest on here. And that guest will be able to get to have a short time to kind of talk about what they got going on. And then they're going to jump in the combo with us. So, Javon, you're on the list, my guy. Javon, you are on the list.
Javon going to get in here and start some trouble. That's what he's going to do.
He's going to get in here and start some shit. And that's cool. You're on the list. We got you. No doubt. Other than that, we're going to wrap up the show. Everybody have a wonderful weekend. Prayers to everybody in Florida, in Puerto Rico, and everyone who's dealing with the hurricanes. Prayers that way. Everybody continue to keep being a 5-star version of yourself. Keep grinding. Anybody got anything else that they want to add before we go? No? Fee, it was nice having you on the first episode. I'm so excited to bring you in.
Thank you. So excited. I'm so glad to be part of it.
I've got to hang out with Fee at so many of the cons as she's cosplaying Vigilance, and she is always the most fun conversation to have just about the whole time. So I was so excited when you brought it up, and I was like, hell yeah, that's a good idea.
That's all we're
hard to hold
anyway,
it under my hat.
I only have good ideas, and we're going to end it on that note. So here we go. Boom.